The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to Where They Now Wednesday here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Today is June 11th, 2025. It's 163rd day of the year, and we're already into Season 2, Episode 10, Episode 62 overall. And it's a reminder that you're watching the original Where They Now Wednesdays. Everyone else has gone by the wayside. Playing on Sports and the Missouri Sports Network are your only sources for what Missouri high school talent does, not only when they're in high school, but when they get to the national stage of the NCAA. No one has more information for you than we do. And we appreciate your attention. Coming to you at lunchtime today rather than at 7 a.m. because we've had some issues that have pushed us back. But hey, this is consecutively 62 episodes of Where They Now. Hey, do us a favor. Pass this on to your friends. Hit the like button. Hit the notification button. Subscribe to our YouTube page. And you can send us any comment that you may have. Maybe you've got someone that maybe we've overlooked. Hey, tune into all of our episodes. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have the Missouri Milestones. You've got the high school game days. You've got morning updates and probably our live show of the high school football scoreboard show. Hey, we're 10, 12 weeks away from that. Hey, so buckle up. Sign up and follow us on Twitter. Guy Newcomb, Kent Mueller, @playing_on_sports. Guy Newcomb @scoreboard guy. And Missouri_sports. You'll be the smartest fan in the stands. Are you ready? That's good, because Kent's already done your homework for you. Kent, talk about what we covered last week and what's coming up on today's show.
Well, as we have noted, there are thousands of Missouri high school athletes who have spread all over the country to play their sport at one of the over 1,000 NCAA Division I, II, or III schools. Some help their team win a national championship, and some get their team, so close. Back on February 19th, we looked at Missourians who went to compete in the NCAA and wound up in the Final Four of their sport come championship time. Is that a rare occurrence, to be on an NCAA team that finishes in the top 4 of their division nationally? Yeah, it is. If everybody could do it, everybody would. After all, that would be a really fun time, and you have to think there would be some pretty awesome swag handed out. Not to mention the satisfaction and the memories that will be there forever. But that is it so rare that it rarely happens? Not if you're an athlete from Missouri. When we reviewed the Missourians on teams that finished in the Final Four for the fall sports season, we reviewed 28 athletes. Yes, 28 Missourians celebrated an NCAA Final Four season in their fall sport. Is that a lot? Yeah. But guess what? We're now going to review all the Missourians who helped their NCAA team to a Final Four finish in their winter sport. All 57 of them. That's right, more than twice as many as in the fall. There are 27 men and 30 women. You will know who they are and more after these messages from our sponsor.
Hi, I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together, we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
Hey, welcome back to Where They Now Wednesday here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com. where everyone has a home field advantage. Guy who come along, Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports. Hey, not only do we have these shows, Where Are They Now Wednesday, we started a new venture. It's the Missouri Milestone Podcast, airing tomorrow morning, and lots of interesting interviews, and we'll talk more about what's coming up tomorrow morning as we get through the show. But Kent, talk about the winter Final Four rosters.
All right, we'll get started with Braden Shorter. He's a sophomore guard out of Kickapoo High, playing his Division II men's basketball at Washburn University, which is in the Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Washburn fell in the national semifinals to Nova Southeastern, the eventual Division II men's champion. Braden averaged 15.5 points per game for the Ichabods, making 119 three-point shots during the season. The second-team all-conference performer showed up well at the end of the season, scoring 51 points in the Sweet 16 and semifinal game. And just like the Washburn men losing in the semis to the eventual national champion, Pittsburgh State did the same when they fell to Grand Valley State in the women's Division II national semis. Missouri was very well represented on that Gorilla squad that finished 33-4 for the season. There were 5 Missourians on that high-flying roster. Destiny Burge is a sophomore guard out of Carl Junction. And as I said, Division II women's basketball, Pittsburgh State, which is also in the Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Destiny played in 19 games this year as a sophomore. She scored 31 points and pulled down 21 rebounds. Savannah Campbell is a junior forward out of Rolla. She appeared in 35 games this year and was a key member of the bench. She averaged 6.4 points and 4.1 rebounds in just 16 minutes per game. She shot just under 50% from the field. Savannah scored in double digits 10 times and rebounded in double digits twice. Macy Mays is a sophomore guard out of El Dorado Springs. She will be a key part of the team going forward. In just 2 years as a Gorilla, Macy has already scored 799 points. She has done that by shooting .522 from the floor and .814 from the line. The third team all-conference honoree showed she has a high ceiling by scoring 30 points against Northeastern State. That was a perfect game, literally. Macy was 10 for 10 from the field, including 4 for 4 from beyond the arc, and she was 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Hannah Nilgis is a senior guard out of Jefferson City. After starting her collegiate career at Drake University, she provided solid Division I experience to the Gorilla backcourt. Averaging 17.3 minutes per contest, Hannah averaged 5.1 points and 2.0 boards per outing. Clara Swearingen is a freshman guard out of Nevada. Clara is a member of the Missouri Milestones, having surpassed the 1,000-point mark when she was a junior Lady Tiger back in her Nevada days. Clara got valuable experience that will serve her well this year in this established Pittsburgh State program. The freshman saw the floor in 16 games, amassing 191 minutes of court time. We have discussed 6 Missouri grads who all played in the Final Four of their division. Did Missouri have a national champion in the winter season? Well, yes, more than one, and one with an incredible list of accomplishments. Natalie Bruns is a graduate student forward out of Kirkwood High, playing Division III basketball at New York University, which is in the University Athletic Association. Followers of this podcast know about Natalie. I have discussed her a number of times, and yet it just doesn't seem like enough. Her freshman year was completely wiped out when NYU pulled the plug on the entire season that COVID year. Staying to get her graduate degree, Natalie still got 4 years in on the violet court. Boy, did she. Just take a look at her 4 years in the Big Apple. First year, 25-2, ending in the Elite Eight. Second year, 25-3, ending in the Elite Eight. Third year, 31-0, ending with the Division III national title. Fourth year, 31-0, ending with another Division III national title. That's a record of 112 wins and 5 losses and 2 natties. But did Natalie have much to do with those titles? That's a good question. In her first year, she was second team all-conference and led the UAA with 2.2 blocks per game. In her second year, she was first team all-conference and the University Athletic Association Player of the Year. The College Sports Communicators named her third team Academic All-American, and the Women's Basketball Coaches Association named her first team All-American. It was at that point, after 2 years, that she was done with taking a loss as a collegian. In her third year, Natalie was again named to the conference first team and was the repeat Conference Player of the Year. She also repeated as a WBCA first team All-American member. The Coaches Association further honored her as the National Player of the Year. The CSC named her to their first team Academic All-American team and as the Team Member of the Year. That is the academic equivalent of the Player of the Year. Yes, number one on the court, number one in the classroom. Natalie set the program season record with 98 blocks and the career program record with 237 blocks, and she still had 1 year to go. This year, her fourth year of competition saw her again be named to the CSC Academic All-America team and again the national team member of that team. Natalie became a three-peat WCA All-American and a two-time Division III National Player of the Year. She finished as the NYU all-time shot blocker with 328 blocks and scored 1,661 points, the sixth most in that storied program history. Few Missouri athletes accomplished in college what Natalie did in the last 4 years. Oh, you think she made a name with her record number of block shots? She is just getting started with her lifetime of defense. Her graduate degree from the New York University Tandon School of Engineering is in cybersecurity. With Natalie's talents, I feel a bit more secure already. Now we will move on to a similar size ball, but much heavier. There are two Missouri ladies who got to the NCAA Final Four in bowling. Danielle Henderson is a sophomore out of Pattonville High. She is at Jacksonville State University. Danielle led her Jacksonville State team to the NCAA National Championship game where they fell to Youngstown State. Danielle followed up her great high school career where she finished first in the Missouri State Championships and finished in the top 40 in the junior gold. For the season, she had an average this year of average first ball of 9.24. She was second on the team with 428 strikes, a 57.8% strike percentage. Also in the bowling Final Four was Maddie Phillips. She's a sophomore out of Kickapoo High. She is at Wichita State University, which competes in bowling in Conference USA. There were four Missouri ladies who stayed in state to compete in women's gymnastics, and as a Tiger at the University of Missouri, they really went places nationally. Missouri fell to the eventual national champion, Oklahoma Sooners, in the national semis. Kyra Burns is a graduate student all around at out of Blue Springs High. This year, Kyra competed in the vault. Her career best score came in the Illinois quad, which was as a 9.90. Kyra also competed in the bars competition, where she typically held the leadoff spot. Her best performance on the bars came against Auburn University, which was a 9.925. Kyra is a four-time WCGA Scholastic All-American and a three-time Winter SEC Academic Honor Roll honoree. Jessa Conadera is a sophomore all-around out of Timberland High. The sophomore competed in the vault this year. Jessa scored a 9.5 at the Denver Quad. She is also a WCGA Scholastic All-American honoree. Amy Weir is a redshirt junior all-around out of Lafayette High. Amy started her collegiate career at Oklahoma before transferring to Missouri prior to this year. She has one more year of eligibility remaining. Twice this year, Amy scored a 9.9 on the beam, the last being in the second round of the NCAA tournament last month. Amy is a WCGA Academic All-American honoree. And Courtney Woods is a junior all-around out of Glendale High. Courtney is preparing for her first competition as a Tiger. We talk a lot here about football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, soccer, softball, and we also bring you the stellar performances by Missouri high school graduates who go on to compete in other sports, such as bowling, as I just mentioned, and gymnastics. These are great performers who excel on a national scale from our own high schools here in Missouri. Where else would these athletes get recognition that is delivered to you, the Missouri high school sports fans spread out all over the state? I can answer that. Nowhere. We are your best source. Make sure you are following me on X at plain_sports and following Guy on X at Scoreboard Guy. That way you will get notification for Where Are They Now Wednesdays, Missouri Milestones, and much, much more. Let's get back to more Missouri athletes showing up nationally. Ian Everett is a freshman swimming freestyle and the fly out of Liberty High. He is at the University of Indiana in the Big Ten Conference. Indiana finished third in Division I men's swimming and diving. Ian finished with a time of 20.05 in the 50-meter free at the Ohio State Invitational. In that same meet, he finished with a 22.55 time in the 50-meter fly. That is where he also scored his best time in the 100-meter fly at 48.9. Guy, I know you had an opportunity to speak with Thomas Brock this week. Tell us about that.
Well, Thomas, number one, he's a great high school player. Kind of got to watch him grow up as a kid. He's a Mount Vernon graduate. That's my alma mater. His father's first head coaching job was my senior year. I got to watch Thomas there kind of grow up on the stage, as a 4 or 5 year old kid. And then later, as I got into high school, got to watch him play football and basketball. And, much has been made about his basketball talents. He was an All-American in college, finished up here at Southwest Baptist University, which is where I live now. So I got to watch him at that level as well. But, something very few people know about is he was an outstanding all-state quarterback as well. And we'll talk about that in the interview coming up tomorrow on the Missouri Milestones. So it was a great pleasure to get to visit with him, as it's been with all of the people that we've been in contact with.
That's going to be a great interview tomorrow, and I want everybody to listen in on that. Drury University won the Division II championship in men's swimming. There were 3 Missourians on that championship roster. Carter Austin is a freshman out of Timberland High. Carter holds both diving records for his high school Wolves diving program. Mike Jasinski is a junior out of Glendale. Mike is an academic All Great Lakes Valley Conference honoree. Julius Washington is a freshman out of Smith Cotton High. There you have 3 Missourians, 2 of whom are freshmen, who will be carrying on the Drury legacy in men's swimming. Coming in third place in Division II men's swimming and diving was McKendree University. On that roster was another recent Missouri high school grad. Callum Shank is a freshman out of Webster Groves. Moving on to Division III men's swimming and diving, we have 3 Missourians on 3 of the Final 4 rosters. We will start with Daniel Garza. He's a freshman biology major out of Ladue Horton Watkins High School. He's at Denison University, which is in the North Coast Athletic Conference. Daniel will have 4 more years of eligibility starting next year on one of the strongest men's swim dive programs in all of Division III. I'm pretty sure he will be back in the Final 4 in the future. Graham Zucker is a sophomore. He competes in the freestyle and backstroke. He's out of Clayton High. He's at Emory University, which is in the University Athletic Association. Graham got a great start to his collegiate career last year as a freshman. He placed 14th in the 200-meter backstroke, which placed him on the CSCAA All-America second team. He was also a CSCAA Scholar All-America first team member his freshman year, and like Denison, Emory is a competitor for the national title year after year. Zachary Berg is a sophomore out of Pembroke Hill. He's at the University of Chicago, which is also in the University Athletic Association. As a team, the Maroon of the University of Chicago placed third. It wasn't just men swimmers at the Division II Swimming and Diving National Championships. There were 4 women at 3 schools who placed in the top 4 in Division II. Ashlyn Moore is a junior out of Kickapoo High. She is now at Drury University in the Great Lakes Valley Conference. Ashlyn could very well have All-American in as her middle name. She was a high school All-American while at Kickapoo. Ashlyn was All-American her freshman year at Drury in the 200 medley relay and 400 free relay. Her sophomore year, She was Division II All-American in the 50-meter freestyle and the 100-meter freestyle. As a junior this year, she achieved All-American status in the 400-meter free relay. Check back a year from now. I think I detect a trend here. Maddie Rogers is a sophomore out of Green Valley High. She is at Drury University. Maddie, too, was on the roster of the third-place finishing Drury Panthers. Maddie competed in the diving events. Maya Esparza is a junior freestyle swimmer out of Marquette High. She is at Nova Southeastern University, which finished first as a team in Division III. Nova is a member of the Sunshine State Conference. Maya played a central part in some of the best drama you will find in collegiate sports. This national championship is the third consecutive Division II title for Nova Southeastern. It didn't come easily. In fact, it came down to the last race. They were 2 points behind Drury University. The race was the 400-meter freestyle relay. Who anchored that relay team? Maya Esparza of Marquette High. When she touched the wall, that sealed the third consecutive national title for Nova. The time was the fastest in both program history and the history of the Sunshine State Conference and made Maya Esparza an All-American. Also in the top 4 Division III teams was Maddie Palat. She's a sophomore out of Corhezu. She is also at Emory University in the University Athletic Association. Maddie competed in the backstroke. Her best times were 57.02 in the 100-meter backstroke and 26.87 in the 50-meter backstroke at the Denizen Invitational and 2.28 in the 200-meter backstroke at the Emory Invitational. In Division I women's swimming and diving, we have Caroline Foltz. She's a sophomore competing in the breaststroke, also out of Corhezu Academy. She is at the Indiana University in the Big Ten Conference. Caroline's best time in the 50-meter backstroke was 29.19 against the University of Texas. In the 100-meter breaststroke, her best time was 1:1:85 in the Indiana Last Chance meet. Caroline's best time in the 200-meter breast came in the Big Ten Conference Championships, which was 2:12:82. The Conference Championships was also where Caroline got her best 200-meter intermediate time of 2:1:88. We also have a team national champion in wrestling. Caden Hart is a redshirt junior out of Francis Howell Central. He's at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. The Lopers of Nebraska Kearney defeated all comers for the Division II Wrestling Championship. Caden contributed 28.5 points during the season with his 7 wins. We have looked at about half of the Missouri athletes who were on a team that finished in the Final Four of their sport during the winter sports season. 1 in men's basketball, 6 in women's basketball, 2 in bowling, 4 in women's gymnastics, 8 in men's swimming and diving, 5 in women's swimming and diving, and 1 in wrestling. That is 27 in all, and they competed in all 3 NCAA divisions. We will get back to the rest of them next week. Next week will be track and field day as we look at the indoor Missouri tracksters. There are 30 of them, both men and women in divisions 1 and 2.
Hey, once again, we appreciate you tuning in here today. We're a little bit later, but if you're at lunch right now, we appreciate your patronage. If you've got a 30-minute lunch, it's 12:23 right now, and we certainly appreciate you tuning in. And hey, make sure you sign up and follow us on Twitter or X and at YouTube, our YouTube page at Missouri Sports Network. Subscribe. That way you'll know every time that we have a show coming up, including the Missouri Milestones, which will air tomorrow morning. And again, as we mentioned, Thomas Brock will be our special guest there. Over 2,000 career points scored at Mount Vernon. And he'll talk a little bit about what he's doing now at the coaching level, a little bit about high school football as well. But hey, I certainly appreciate you tuning in. And hey, stay right here at the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com. Back to you, Kent.
Okay, yeah, the podcast turned out to be a natural extension of Missouri Milestones, given how popular it has become. There is so much packed into each line of those lists. Each line is an entire high school career of someone who achieved 1,000-point status. Some did it at big schools, some small. Some seemed to not be able to miss from beyond the arc, while some hadn't even heard of the three-point line when they played, and some are from high schools that don't even exist anymore. Think Stet High, Shell City High, or Linnaeus High. By the way, if anyone out there has information on any of those closed schools, those three or any others, please let me know. I'd like to know when they closed. Hey, if you know of a 1,000-point score from them, we want them on our list. And we also want to know what the team nickname was. We don't want that to be lost to history. Just please email all of that to me at playingonsports@gmail.com.
Yes, you go to those lists, you can see we started with the basketball. Now we're up over maybe 2,500, and we're 11 weeks into this. We've added some other fall sports to that list. And, you can expect to see things on the podcast as we bring those names to life and faces and voices. Hey, just send us the information. There's no membership fees. There's no secret handshakes. You don't have to go to the door and beg to get in. All you have to have done was meet one of those lists, the requirements on the list. And right now, as I mentioned, we're 1,000 points, career points in basketball. That's all you had to have done to be a member of this group. Kent, talk a little bit about, what's going to go on with the Missouri Milestones, the podcast.
Well, each week we will select entries off the list and bring them to life. We will do that by putting them into context of time and place. We will assemble groups that show how membership into the 1,000-point club can be a family affair. We will bring you those from yesteryear and those who just arrived. And a big treat for our followers is that each week, the guy who is known as the best and most respected high school sports interviewer in the state will have a discussion with someone who has earned their way onto our list. Yes, my partner, Scoreboard Guy Newcomb, will unlock the story of an athlete each week. Guy, tell everyone how and when to find us for Missouri Milestones, the podcast.
Missouri Milestones, the podcast airs Thursdays at 8 a.m., but it's archived automatically at our YouTube page, our Facebook page. You can go there, but hey, tune in live when we go live at Thursdays at 8 a.m. And hey, make sure you follow us at playing_sports and at Scoreboard Guy on X. Now combined with Playing on Sports at Scoreboard Guy and the Missouri Sports Network, we're approaching, if not over, 30,000 people right now who have subscribed to us on X, and that doesn't include what's going on the Facebook page and the YouTube channel. So, hey, make sure you sign up and follow us. And as I've said every time, hey, you want to be the smartest fan in the stands? Hey, just sign up and follow us, and you know everything that we know, which is more than anyone else. Everybody have a great day. It is now 12:28. Finish that lunch. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow for Missouri Milestones, the podcast.